Hello everyone, I'm Hugo,
And I'm Jake.
and this is the Bible Reloaded. Once again, we're coming back to do another audio commentary, this time on God's Not Dead 2.
God's Not Dead 2, the sequel to God's Not Dead, but not God's Not Dead 1. They didn't plan on the sequel, it just did well.
Yeah, so this one's going to be a little different. The first one, I know Jake had only seen the one time we reviewed it.
Yep.
But I had seen it plenty of times because I like these bad religious movies. But God's Not Dead 2, I've only seen the once when we did the review. Because God's Not Dead 2 isn't entertaining in the same way God's Not Dead 1 is. It's just sad in the way every other Pure Flicks movie is sad.
Yeah, but my Pat Boone jokes, those were spot on. My Jesse Metcalf jokes,
Yeah, those aren't bad.
decent. But we get some more Boone action.
See,
we
this
get some nice B-roll.
You could tell they made money on the first one because in this one they have the helicopter shots. They were able to get the helicopter. They were able to rent it for the day.
It almost looks like a drone the way it swoops.
Oh, maybe.
Drones are real cheap.
I get maybe the too much of the Kevin Sorbo money ate into the helicopter profits, so they went.
Not a lot of house money for this one though.
No.
Maybe that's just Melissa Joan Hart's actual house. That's the best she could do.
You know, it's better than I can do.
You know,
I'll
I'm
give that.
not poo-pooing. We're both in the process of purchasing homes.
Yeah.
That's a fine home. I'm just saying for Melissa Joan Hart.
Yeah, if I were Melissa Joan Hart,
Right,
I'd
that you should be
disappointed.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, images of Americana, this baseball team, firefighters doing.
Hey, can you put the American flag up, firefighter guy? He's like, I already did that.
Also, they put it was a weird. The editing there is weird. It makes
It's
it look
implied.
like it made it look like the firefighter was raising the flag at the state house there, which would make no sense.
I forgot Ernie Hudson was in this. That's too bad.
Oh yeah, he's the judge.
Gavel break. Ernie!
David A.R. White. Look at him. I do appreciate this movie. These bits of him in the morning.
Oh. That was no stuntman involved.
No. Say what you will about David A.R. White, he understands how to endear an audience to him,
yeah.
at least to an extent, and
Part of the reason I like making fun of him is because he's sort of endearing.
Yeah,
Like,
and-
I know what he's doing.
I understand. It's just that generally screenwriting, if you don't want your movie to be kind of cliche, you don't want to do the people getting ready in the morning, getting
Nope.
ready for the day, waking up. It's not a thing you want to do.
Or this.
Yeah, again, endearing.
You know, just one of them days montage.
Yeah. I've seen worse again, though.
Okay, she's not just having one of those days. She has cancer.
No, in this one she doesn't, remember?
Well, she's in remission, but, like,
It's magic remission.
so not remission.
Yeah.
That's like the crystal over the food thing you were bitching about earlier.
It's asterisk Steve Jobs remission. It's I ate a bunch of plums and now I feel fine, Steve Jobs remission.
Went and sweat out all the toxins.
Yeah, there's
In
Pat Boone.
Bermuda.
Yeah.
Our savior king. Oh. Why does Pat Boone look grumpy? He's Pat Boone.
I think you answered your own question
Oh,
there.
fair. That's fine. Oh, no!
Is this the same church as... I guess I should have looked this up. Is this
It's
the same
probably
church
the same
as
one.
the first...
It's gotta be.
I mean, like, obviously, within the context of the story, I think it's supposed to be the same church. But did they shoot...
Shot-wise, I have
Yeah.
no idea.
I'm gonna have to open up the IMDb trivia page for this one. I don't
Okay.
know shit about this movie.
The dead brother's still dead. Wait, is he dead? I forgot. He died, right?
He died, and yeah, there's
But-
a whole thing where Goodwill gets a weird maybe product placement later.
There's no way she sucks his dick, right?
No. Who is she's? The woman looks familiar. What was she in? She was in the Wizards of Waverly Place, that Disney
You
show.
said that during the review.
It's because it's true.
Well, I've never seen that.
Because this and that are the only things I've ever seen her in. I don't know if she's been in anything
That's fair.
else, but
That's one nice ass kitchen, though.
yeah.
God damn.
David,
Holy shit, do they have 2 sinks? There's like urns and shit in there?
You know what I've noticed in this one and God's Not Dead, the first one, a lot of the houses are really, really nice houses.
Well, it's because they have Jesus.
Well, I think
Tacos! Here's coming. Doesn't she gonna say,
Yeah,
hey,
she's
you wanna
gonna
make
say-
some tacos?
Yeah.
Oh, we did it!
Tacos! Anyway,
Just a little baby high five.
I feel like David A.R. White's had money since he was a kid because he was in movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Not good movies, but he was in movies.
Is that enough?
So he's, I think, been probably relatively well off his whole life.
Sure.
Does he not realize all these locations are, like, ridiculously wealthy? I mean, not ridiculously. They're, you know...
Well, I mean,
More
not this
than-
one.
No, that's because. But I think this is supposed to be
She's a teacher.
This is supposed to be a poor person's house to him, and this is a nice middle class home with probably 4 bedrooms.
They have to live generationally in the same home because they don't make anything. They only make a pittance.
Oh, I forgot to turn the air off.
That's too bad.
You deal with them, Jake. I'll go do it.
All right. Well, I mean, cat's out of the bag. We can just leave it on now. No, he's going. Oh, he's taking his clothes off. Hugo, it's not that warm. We don't have to prep. It's very humid, though, outside. All right, so Hugo's going to do the rest of this shirtless, but pants are still on. That's fine. I'm fine with that. You guys, I'm comfortable with it. You don't have to be.
Yeah, none of what he just said is true, but okay.
All of it is true. It's not a nip slip if they're just out.
You know who I actually feel a little bit bad for Melissa Joan Hart, because...
What?
Well, let me explain why. I don't think Melissa Joan Hart is a good actress. I think if you're watching this movie, we're all aware.
That doesn't sound sympathetic at all.
But what I'm saying is that's not really a standard in Hollywood at this point. If you're like a certain level of child actor or actress, you generally can ride that into your 50s at least.
Unless you're Macaulay Culkin and you shirk off all responsibilities of acting.
Yeah.
Or so you can shack up with Michael Jackson's child. I forget which one. Not Blanket. Not the one he hung out the window. The other one he fucked up emotionally.
I don't know.
They got matching tattoos. That's real. I thought she said, when is this autism going to wear off for a second? Oh, no. Never.
Here comes the return, though. The only thing this movie is worth watching for. Ugh.
Look at that camera pan, though. That's good camera work, goddammit. Hey! It's your boy! One half of the biracial pastoral bromance. Not on the same shot yet. Come on. Same shot me.
They'll double shot it from the side and they'll embrace.
Oh! Is that the Wolfman in the back?
I don't know.
Oh, that's just a stapler.
She's a fun teacher. What fucking... This is... You know why it's not a real question you'd be asked at this age in high school?
Because they should know that.
Because they needed to establish this is a history class, and that's the only thing they think they could have said that their audience would have said, oh, this is a history class. That's a thing from history.
You could have literally said, like, who killed all the Jews?
I don't think they wanted to bum people out in God's Not Dead 2 that much.
Are you sure there's a dead brother?
That's true.
She's currently dealing with extreme amounts of grief.
Which her parents are very blasé about. You know,
Yeah.
I know that's a plot point later, but I still feel like they don't address it enough to explain why the parents are like that.
Well, there's certainly no reason that she should heal in this. There's just a Newsboys concert and a trial.
That's true. I feel like she's going to reflect with a therapist 10 years later and be like, I really thought I'd worked through that stuff, but no, it actually compounded a lot of the issues I was having.
That's why I eat my fingernails and I had to get my stomach pumped.
Yeah, Bezors, what a bitch.
See, she thinks she has cancer right this second, though.
I think is the audience here supposed to be dreading it? Like, this is the cancer girl from the first one. Remember the first one, Marjorie?
Do you know...
We saw it with my grandson.
And then he did a thing on the texter. He texted him. He said, God's alive.
I'll give her this, though. That character's wearing a cute top with a pocket.
Yeah, it's a nice shirt.
Yeah. The dress even matches. Skirt matches.
Hugo's not... Are you cross-dressing now? Is that a thing?
Not as far as they know.
Well, you're not wearing a shirt, so I mean, how could you... She's definitely... Like, they thought, okay, we'll get this girl right here. And she's attractive, but like, we gotta not make it too attractive. Let's fuck it up somehow. Let's make her like her hair. Let's change her hair. Let's pull it back and give her a resting bitch face all the time because her brother's dead.
How old is she supposed to be? You think she's
know.
supposed to be
not
they
old
said
enough.
Junior, right?
Not old enough.
I think they said junior. No, I'm just saying the actress doesn't look like a junior in high school is what I'm saying.
It's Jesus. That's not... Okay, in public life, you can do that. Still uncool for a teacher to do that to a student if it's not part of your family. Still uncool.
I don't think it's legally wrong.
No, it's not legally.
I think it's crossing a line though on a personal level.
Well, professionally, I would take umbrage with that in a colleague.
Yeah.
So, and also that hair. Why does she call the first person she called?
Are the newsboys
in her life? No, not the Newsboys. Michael, the lead singer of the Newsboys.
Who's she gonna call the fucking drummer who looks like he's 60?
No, you're not calling the 60-year-old drummer, but she didn't call Dean Cain, who they broke up, right? Were they never together?
Wait, who was she with?
No, she was definitely with Dean Cain. He broke up with her because of the cancer. Yes. He's like, oh, I don't want to get the cancer.
I remember, yeah. You think when Dean Cain found out she was cured, he called her later and was like, hey,
man, she's a redhead.
Heard your cells are functioning normally.
To be fair, she's not like... I think she's a disappointing redhead because she's like, usually they're on a spectrum of, oh yeah, that's a really good looking person, or nah. And she's sort of like a normal person,
yeah,
but also redhead. So it's like disappointing that she's not like exceeding in these aspects.
It's like if Karen Gillan and Carrot Top had a kid. Yeah. The DNA doesn't know what to do.
It's like, should we make it Karen Gillan? You know, the pinnacle, or should we make it Carrot Top, the crevasse?
Oh, Pat Boone.
He's definitely killed an Asian person with his bare hands in his life, right?
I feel like this scene wasn't originally supposed to be at night, but Pat Boone came out and said, I'm wearing my jammies. And they said, what? And he said, I'm wearing the jammies. And they said, Mr. Boone, the scene is supposed to take place during the day.
Right.
Well, it's jammy day then. And I'm like, okay, cut the lights in the back, light it like it's night, it's fine.
Okay, whose idea were the cat vases?
Those are Melissa Joan Hart's actual cat vases. She brought those from home. She refuses to work. It's in her contract unless they're within 15 feet of her at all times. And it has to make at least one cameo in the movie. So this is what gets me. I don't think it was like a paid product placement, or else they would have said the people from Salvation Army are here. But they clearly show the truck in a couple shots in a way that I don't think you would do unless it was to give a shout out.
2 confirmed sinks, just saying. I agree with you. 2 confirmed sinks in the same room. I'm pretty sure there's a third on the opposite side, the opposite shot of that. I'm watching out for it. I think Salvation Army probably charitably
went to them and asked.
Yeah.
And was like,
Like, hey, can we be a part of your next thing?
It's either Salvation Army or the other one. Either
Goodwill?
Salvation Army or Goodwill is a for-profit business, actually. Did you know that? I forget which one. I'm going to look it up so I can clarify, but one of them's scummy how it runs. I forget
I thought
which
Salve
one.
Arm was, but I could be wrong. There's nothing in that box. That guy picked it up way too easy. No grunts or anything.
Prop boxes. He's a pro from the Salvation Army. They only get the best middle-aged alcoholics to move their shit.
Why do they have so many employees? Or are all Salve Arm people like volunteers? Okay, we get it. He's dead. Yeah, he's not coming back either, sweetheart. Dead as fuck. Wow, look at the bereavement.
Sorry, I'm looking up the Salvation Army thing. No, it says it's a church, so it's got to be... they might make money, but I don't know. One of them's like really scammy, though. I forget which one. Look it up for yourself, people. I gotta watch this fucking movie.
I feel like she's definitely like related to Paula Deen, right?
Yeah, she's from
like
the not 100%. Racist part of the family. That's why she got ostracized, because she refused when she heard the idea about the, little black kids dancing.
Say the N-word, and she's like, I refuse. I will call them the blacks. Still sort of racist, but not enough. Not enough for this butter.
I'd love if you would not shout the blacks in my apartment building. That would be excellent.
Well, that person has a child, and the child needs to learn about the blacks.
Racial tensions in America.
Racial tension, yeah.
It's a good way to learn.
That's what this movie's about. The undertones. Jesse Metcalf, what race is he?
Jesse Metcalf? He's his own race.
The first exercise of peaceful nonviolence.
Did she say that?
She says it began with Gandhi. There's no way that was the first time in history that...
No, it's a notable example of
Well,
the
sure,
century,
absolutely.
though.
I'm just saying, in the history of humanity, not one person's like, hunger strike, I'm hunger striking.
Well, for a lot of human history, that was just called, like, Tuesday. Like,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
But maybe, like, to maintain your dignity. I'm hunger striking. This is Ireland?
Okay, let's talk about this. The writer of the Gospel of Matthew recorded Jesus as having said, blah, 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 you know. The way she's framing this, as someone who's worked in schools, is taking,
History.
Yeah, as a history, this is fine. This wouldn't get you in trouble, probably. You're fine. You can bring up... It depends. It's the context, and she's bringing a student...
Well, that's what I said, like, in the review. Like, I don't think this breaks any... I think she's uncool. Later on, she definitely, like, she's a little preachy and shit.
Yeah.
With the kid, specifically. But...
I just think the fact that a kid brought it up and she framed it by saying, yes, the writer of Matthew. It's a key phrase. Yeah. It's whether you're an atheist, a Christian, whatever.
I have no problem with this.
Christianity is a founding thing in Western society. I mean, it is part of history. And this straw man this movie sets up is kind of fucking bullshit. But anyway.
She just said that she approves of martyrdom. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That was the point. Wow, I don't miss high school at all.
No.
God.
One of our other only returning major characters from the first film, foreign exchange student.
What's his name? Are we gonna learn?
Martin
Yip? His name's Martin Yip?
That almost sounds racist, and I don't know why.
It's...
Yip isn't like... For some reason, Yip sounds like it should be like...
it's like this was written for an animated short, and like he was supposed to be like a chow.
Like from Sonic Adventure?
Yip.
Okay.
Dogs are yippy.
Oh, like a dog. Okay. I thought you meant like
chow
from
like
Sonic
from
Adventure.
Sonic Adventure on the Sega Dreamcast in the year 1999. The video game?
Are you telling me...
That's what you thought I was drawing an analog to? Wow.
We've made references to weirder things than that.
That is a chocolate river I'd dive into.
You
just like a Goostus Gloop.
Originally in the review, I thought it was just a joke.
No.
I mean, she's obviously attractive, but
it's kind of a joke now, but oh man.
Definitely.
Suck me right into that tube. Like a Goostus Gloop.
Wait a minute.
She's the chocolate river.
Can we dwell on the fact for a second that you just said the phrase, suck me into that chocolate tube? Because I don't want to hear that come out of your mouth ever again.
I guess that does imply some sort of vaginal connection, but...
Yeah, I was... Alright, this lawyer scene, I think they bring up the ACLU. I want to talk about that. Ugh.
We could talk about it before that happens.
I guess. They're going to bring up the ACLU at some point or allude to it. I hate... Can we not shit on the ACLU, people?
Yeah, they do good things.
Like... They do things I've disagreed with. Not that I disagree with, because I don't disagree with what they're doing. They've helped people I disagree with, but not in a way I disagree with. Like, they help everyone with free speech issues. Period. Everyone, no matter what.
Yeah, but the one thing I will say that they don't do, that I wish they would, is get a fucking hold of whoever handles the mailing list. Because I donated one time, and oh boy.
Oh, I'm sure.
Glad I moved. Mailbox just filled with ACLU bullshit. I donated once, that's what you get. You get it, and I'm no more. No mas. It's not really that. It's really not. That was the guy. That was the friend.
In what?
In Hey Scotty Jesus Man, whatever that's called. He was the friend.
Oh, he was. You're right.
What the fuck?
Well, he probably knows him, and he might be a founding member of Pureflix.
I know,
too,
but he just looks rough.
Yeah. David A.R. White. It's weird that David A.R. White is the best at this. Isn't that weird?
He's the guy. He is the Pureflix guy.
I know he is, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you pick the right field, he's above average, but he's not like... He's not good enough to be the best. If someone's an actor, producer out there, and you just want to nail it, just fucking break into this industry and make shitty Christploitation movies, because you will just blow everyone else out of the water.
We could tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think it's Casual Friday. Principal's wearing yellow plaid. Or is that flower print?
I don't know. This is also unlike any conversation I've ever seen happen between an administrator and student.
Students can say what they believe. You can even do stuff like pass Bibles and stuff out if you want.
As a teacher, you're an employee, though. That's a
teacher. No,
different
student.
Okay.
Students can do all sorts of stuff. But any school group they have, it can't be during school time, and if it's endorsed by a teacher, it has to be off, like not during the day. It has to be after closing hours, and they can't be paid for it. So, like she could run a Bible study for students in that school at 5 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing is, they also have to allow any other religious group to come in and do the same thing, though.
Right.
That's fine.
With the same level of scrutiny, of course. Like,
right.
Church of Satan can't punch people and then also get a group, but... God damn. This movie's dripping with sex. Okay, I don't want to see Melissa Joan Hart naked, but if that's what it took to see Jesse Metcalfe naked, I'd walk through that door.
I'm trying to think. It's funny that you said that because I was thinking to myself, objectively right here.
Oh yeah, 100% Jesse Metcalfe.
I was gonna say, if like I'm locked in a room and they're like, you gotta fuck one of these people to get out. Just saying.
Granted, I am definitely considering Melissa Joan Hart. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, just like, look at her scowl. I feel like Jesse would like after he's done, he'd offer, but maybe it was like half-hearted. Like he's not actually gonna do it, but he'd at least offer to like handy you. Also, I want to see what he's packing. There's no way he's perfect on every inch of his body, is he?
No.
Something's got to be wrong here. Does he have like a dick wart? Does it have a knuckle, like a bend? He's got weird balls. Back hair. He has No, he's flawless. She has a dick bend.
We're still at... Okay. I was just going to say, like I said earlier, I actually do feel a little bit bad for Melissa Joan Hart, though.
I don't.
I guess
what's to feel bad for? She got paid for this movie?
I guess. What is she doing with her life? I feel like
that.
I talked to her once on Twitter. I don't remember.
Oh, how'd that go?
Not great.
Did she not? Are you blocked by Melissa Joan Hart on Twitter?
I don't remember. Should I look it up right now?
Yeah, let's see if you're blocked. Let's see if I'm blocked. Dude, I just want these guys. I would watch a 2-hour movie of these guys with witty banter playing foosball. By the way, we're coming out with a biracial pastoral bromance t-shirt. Stay tuned.
How do you spell Melissa Joan Hart?
Melissa Joan Hart. H-A-R-T, you know? Come on. Melissa Joan Hart. Melissa Joan Hart, there's a bed right there.
I am not blocked by Melissa Joan Hart.
That's nice. How many followers does she have?
719,000.
More than I have.
That is, yeah, I know. Shocking amount of Sabrina the Teenage Witch fans out there. Or that other thing she did with that Joey guy.
No, I was thinking God's Not Dead too.
Oh, look, actually, it must be from Melissa and Joey, because if you follow Melissa Joan Hart, my next
Joey
suggestion
Lawrence.
is Joey Lawrence. You get to follow Melissa Joan Hart.
You may know me as Clarissa or Sabrina or Mel from Melissa and Joey. But my 3 boys, Mason, Brady, and Tucker, call me Mommy. That's my favorite role yet. Let's look at some Melissa Joan Hart tweets. Melissa Joan Hart imagines what Harry Potter house Sabrina would be in. Oh, that's cute. I bet she's a Hufflepuff.
I don't care. I already followed. I can't.
Is she a Ravenclaw?
I really hope I don't get suggested Joey Lawrence a bunch now, because Melissa, you barely squeak by with a follow.
How's Joey Lawrence feel about the current socio-political climate?
Should I look?
Yeah.
Oh man.
How's Jesse Metcalfe feel?
I don't know. Comment on the movie while I look this up. I feel like
I meant tactily. How does he feel?
Bumpy, but in the right way.
They're treating this like the OJ trial. It's not that big a deal. Also, No.
His top tweet says, "Destroying clogs is so easy. Anyone can do it. There's a hashtag plumber in all of us. Hashtag ad. Hashtag liquid plumber." Was he in a liquid plumber ad?
I'm sorry. He's in a liquid plumber ad?
Let me see. I'm watching it right now.
Oh, good.
Or did he just get paid to literally tweet a Liquid Plumber ad?
If Joey Lawrence isn't in a Liquid Plumber ad.
Oh, he's not even in it. I think Liquid Plumber literally just paid him money to tweet that tweet. Which is why that's sad.
I'll take Liquid Plumber's money.
I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying...
Like, you were once one of the Lawrence brothers who did something for sure. I don't remember what it was. Was there a show with them? Where they, like, sat in a loft?
There had to have been, right?
The Lawrence bros?
Anyway. This is the part that kind of gets... I don't know. I know it's a movie, and it wouldn't be a movie if she, like, totally agreed to apologize. But the fact that
Obviously
she's not
apologize, yeah.
In a practical sense, like, come on.
Right. The only thing I feel bad about Melissa Joan Hart for in this is that they, like, de-attractified her. Unless that's just how she is now, but, like, every other woman in this is really, really well done up, and then she's kind of, like, bordering on frump.
I think Melissa Joan Hart looks good for her age.
I do too. I'm saying in the movie, makeup-wise,
yeah,
like, everyone's got their hair up, everyone's got nice clothes, and they're real fashionable. Like even the principal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then for her, she's just kind of like, they're trying to make her as basic as possible. Like, that's a disservice to MJH's future acting gigs, man.
I guess, I don't know.
That's how it works. That guy's lucky he's... Like, he didn't comb his hair for this.
You know what? He wasn't in... he was in that Before the Harvest movie.
Is that what
he
it
was? He was the friend in that, I think.
Was that the one with the book report thing?
That's
like
right.
The book battle? They were going to debate or something? The debate team.
It was like a 30... There was like a debate club. Yeah, you're right.
Was that in Before the Harvest? Yeah, that's what he was from. I'm going to have to reluctantly ruin the life of this homeschooling teacher. Not homeschooling, but like hometown.
How much taxpayer money do you think Melissa Joan Hart caused to be spent just because she wouldn't?
Millions. That's $2 million.
That's hilarious.
There's probably like and that's just like the ripples, right? Aren't counted. Like the ripples later on, like there's going to be like a millage in town, and they're going to be like, oh, that's the Jesus hating school. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to get their grant money. Some kids are going to get pulled out.
Oh, man. The sad thing is you're totally right. Oh, this guy.
He's Satan,
I love this
right?
guy. Why am I forgetting his name now? I know this guy. Ray Wise.
Oh, yeah. He's great.
There was a show like a decade ago that got canceled way too soon called Reaper. He played the devil in it. He was really good.
What is that? Did they dress her up in leopard because she's Hispanic?
Yes.
Oh, no. Come on.
I want to... If I had a career as an actor, I'd want to be like Ray Wise. I don't want people to bug me all the time, but I want when I show up in a movie for people to go, oh, hey, it's that guy.
He's got clout.
It's that guy.
He's the best actor here.
He's in stuff. Ray Wise does what he does really, really well.
Oh, yeah. There's lots of actors like that.
He's Ray Wise in every movie, and he's always perfect at being Ray Wise.
Yeah.
Cliche, by the way. Don't have this. Don't overhears the conversation like that. Bad.
Also, don't have someone turn away from the conversation and then hard focus to the person that's they're listening to and blur the foreground out. I hate that.
You hate that?
When they turn and they're like...
That's a pretty... I mean, are you if you've just seen it enough where you think it's cliche?
It's such a bad move.
I guess I haven't seen it
enough. It makes me go, oh yeah, it's real dramatic. It's the Nickelback of camera moves, because every song Nickelback has ever written... They definitely sat down and thought, oh yeah, this sounds epic as fuck. Josie Scott. Yes, I know the lead singer's name. Josie Scott. You just scream your little head off and talk about photographs.
No, I don't know.
Cameraman, just out of school, is like, okay, what if we hard focus and then switch it?
It's called rack focus when you change focus.
I don't know.
It's called a rack focus.
A rack focus?
Yeah.
Who would know that?
A lot of people.
A hack cameraman.
There's nothing
doing a hack job.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with a rack focus. I think you just are.
When they turn away. Yeah,
you just notice it. It's a very noticeable.
It's awful.
It's
terrible
thing to you.
There's better ways to do it.
Yeah. wish it counted the number like cross. Oh God, you know what? I forgot. I was going on the IMDb earlier to get trivia because I haven't fucking watched this movie enough. Ooh, the Metacritic's 22. Nice.
That's high. That's higher than Kirk Cameron's Christmas movie.
Okay, Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas is one of the worst
It's
fucking
not
movies
a movie.
I mean, I don't mean like it's one of the worst so bad it's funny movies I've seen. It's just legitimately one of the worst films I've seen. It doesn't understand the medium of film at all. It's terrible.
The Jesus Camp kids should be real happy with the duct tape. She is like really, really, really low budget Keira Knightley in about 2 years.
Oh, she totally is.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is, you see this, especially as you go backwards in time with Christian films. You can see this if you have a PureFlix subscription, by the way, which I have now. And I'm not kidding. Even if we didn't do this, there are so many hilariously bad like religious movies on PureFlix. At least try like the 2-week trial. It is worth it. It's a lot of fun. Plus, we're going to be doing more commentaries and stuff.
Sure.
And there are a lot of
worth
them.
it.
A lot of them are going to be movies on there. So check it out.
I'm not ashamed.
Yeah.
They have some PureFlix comedy.
Sure. But it's generally a framework. You do a light plot that has some sort of theme, and then at the end, it's all an excuse to do some sort of speech or sermon that ties in with the theme of the story you told. Typically, with The God's Not Dead's, at least, like, the plot, it's not good, but for a Christian movie, it's good. I mean, withstanding stuff like Ten Commandments and, like, The Prince of Egypt, like, actual good films. But, like, Kirk Cameron's Christmas movie, it didn't even bother with the plot part at all. It was just a big sermon. It was terrible.
It was bad. And then there was slow motion dancing.
Oh, God, there was. And the friend, the sassy friend, and there was the conspiracy friend.
What the fuck? Yeah, no.
It's bad.
No. It's a nice building, though.
See, I don't like this. You know why? That upward shot where it's like looking at the building? I feel like, in fairness to the creator of the film, good job. But as an audience member, to me, it always feels like, we got permits to this building. Let's show off the building. It'll make the movie look legitimate. I mean, I know it's a legitimate movie, but like...
Oh, here he is, Ernie!
Oh, poor Ernie. I almost felt bad in our review using the Ghostbusters clip, because it's like, I know everyone was already thinking of the joke before if there's good, decent paycheck in it, I'll do anything you want. Yeah. Come on, though. He was asking for that shit when he took this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Have you had to go through jury duty?
Nope.
I have.
Did you go to the case?
I didn't go to the case.
Oh, so you didn't get selected. Too white.
Yeah. But this stuff's all interesting. I looked up how this works before I had to do it, just because I was curious.
Did you watch the O.J. Simpson stuff?
Live? No. Have I watched this stuff since?
No. Like, I think there was the People versus O.J., not the recreated one, whatever one that was.
I watched the
30 for 30
American Crime Story. I haven't watched the documentary that won the Oscar yet.
The documentary is really great, and they talk about the jury selection. Oh my God. That's so Ray Wise.
Yeah, nailing it.
What if he's a white supremacist, though?
That'd be funny. Also, what am I thinking of? Oh, they make Ray Wise out to be this scumbag also for like jury selection and being strategically using the jury selection as if Jesse Metcalfe isn't also doing the same. Every lawyer, this is part of the process. You can feel it scummy all you want. Because, at the end of the day...
But the other side of that is, are you a Christian? No, I don't want him.
Yeah.
So...
See, this seems like a basic enough thing where if this came up and it was obvious already, again, I don't think Jesse Metcalfe would have to say anything. If it was clearly because the person was religious, I think the judge would say, you can't do that. We all know you can't do that, you asshole. We all went to law school. Yeah. We aren't terrible screenwriters who don't know about laws.
Right. Upon further, and he's Ernie Hudson, not an actual judge.
I'd like to think the plot of this movie would make a lot more sense if they explain Ernie Hudson actually snuck in ethered the judge.
Ethered him.
Yeah. And then, took over.
And then
for
Pure
the day.
Flix just took advantage of that.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess we'll use Ernie Hudson. We had a real judge that was just going to try his best.
I'm curious how much Ernie Hudson got paid to show up for. How much?
Can you find this out?
I'm trying to think how many days do you think he spent shooting? Because they definitely shot all the courtroom stuff,
2,
in one go.
3.
I'll even give him leeway and say like a week.
Did Ernie
5 days.
Hudson make from God's Not Dead 2? That was me Googling, by the way. On set, Ray Wise and Ernie Hudson of God's Not Dead 2 talk to soiree. I don't know how much he made. Did they not publicly put that out? I don't know. I don't know how much. I just like that Ernie Hudson and Ray Wise had an event together that we missed.
This is definitely a different church. The exterior is entirely different than it was in the first movie.
Unless they just had better shots this time. Oh, it's huge on the inside. Holy shit!
In the first movie, it was like near looked like more businesses and stuff. Like
yeah, sure.
Here, it didn't look like it. It looked like it was in a neighborhood or near a more residential area. So. Wow, even the trivia for God's Not Dead 2 is way less interesting. Scenes were filmed at Benton High School in Benton, Arizona. Major League ball player Cliff Lee attended this school.
Oh, Cliff Lee.
Do you know who
was
that is?
Pretty good for a while, yeah. Cleveland Indians, Philadelphia Phillies, and then I don't know where he's at now. Maybe he's retired. I don't.
This is shitty trivia too. Pat Boone tells Melissa Joan Hart he's 81, but she corrects him and says he's 82. Pat Boone is 82 in real life. That's not trivia. That's shit trivia. Nice. I feel like there was no trivia for this, and David A.R. Waite just came in and wrote like 5 trivia things. Like, eh.
No, it was Martin Yip or whatever. Was it Yip?
Okay, listen to this final. No, hold on. It is Yip. But listen to this final trivia, because this is not fucking trivia. Okay. This is terrible. Whoever wrote this should feel like an idiot, because they are. The movie aired in Canada 18 days before Melissa Joan Hart's birthday.
What?
That's not trivia. That's not even a thing. What do you mean?
Almost 3 weeks removed.
Just under 2. No, well, yeah. Like, what? What does that have to do?
Oh, why would she be hounded by media? No one would care about this shitty case.
I'm not saying no one would care, but it wouldn't be that many people, and they wouldn't be hounding her like that.
They'd call her on the phone and be like, "Can you meet us sometime?" There's not a clamor. That is a nice building, though.
That's what I don't like, though. It's a public building. It's not like...
They have shoe shiners in there?
I feel like they shouldn't get credit for this. It makes it look like the movie cost more than it was. And again, there's no reason that should make me mad. That's effective use of budget and location. Good for this movie. It's just I feel bad that people look at this movie and go, look how professional this looks. It's like, well, this isn't a set they spent money on. They just paid the people who actually made this nice building.
By the way, Ray Wise is supposed to be an asshole for getting his shoes shined there. Meanwhile, he just paid that guy whose job it is to shine shoes and only shine them.
I don't know.
It was clearly he's like sitting on a throne, getting someone to be subservient to him. He pays him cash. That's the guy's job. He's probably like, "Hey, mister, do you want a shoe shine?" Jesse Metcalf's like, "No, I'm not. I don't like that." And he's like,
Ray Wise is single-handedly.
How the fuck am I gonna pay my rent? Like,
Ray Wise is putting that shoe shine skid through college.
Right? No shit. Just saying, Ray Wise is the good guy right now.
Through his smug Ray Wise superiority. If we could somehow, as a nation, tap into the smug Ray Wise personality,
yeah. Not enough smugness in America right now.
We could fuel this country for 1,000 years.
Aw, he's got poopy shoes. Oh, he's got a corduroy jacket.
Jesse Metcalf's the underdog young lawyer.
I should get my shoes shined. Okay, none of that matches, but he's so good looking it doesn't matter. That's irritating to me.
Oh, man. That's got to be great to be, like, good looking to the point where it doesn't matter what you wear.
Or good looking black guy, even better.
Yeah.
Everything looks good on their skin tone. It's great. You ever see basketball players in their fashion? None of it makes sense. It all looks good.
It's because they're smooth as
in
fuck.
the NBA, not just normal everyday like local gym white guy gets naked and puts his leg up on the bench in the locker room.
And
not
other
that guy.
And other 1990s comedy bits.
Is that a comedy bit?
Oh, I've heard.
I've experienced that in real life.
I know you have. A lot of people have. That's why it was a popular bit.
Oh, balls hang real low when you get old.
Yep, they just keep going. It's like
super. It was shocking at first.
Can I be the first person to patent basically what will be a bra but for balls?
It's called a bro, and I'm pretty sure Seinfeld did that.
No, that was for man tits. I want something to support balls.
Oh.
As people have moved away from briefs and more to boxers and boxer briefs, I feel like balls aren't getting the support they so desperately need.
That was mean. That was a mean joke that I was going to say about Melissa Joan Hart's stink face. That she's constantly making this. I was going to say, just hand out pictures of Melissa Joan Hart's like stink face, and our balls will be sucked up into the core.
By the way, another screenwriting tip: if you're writing a courtroom drama, never put blank isn't on trial today. Blank is on trial.
Oh,
please don't do that.
Unless that's just a fact.
Yeah. Also, considering the amount of media that was hounding her earlier, there should probably be more people in the audience.
Yeah.
There are more later, and they fill it up. I understand
they closed it.
But I'm just saying, it's inconsistent at this point. There's a bunch of media, but not enough people there, and later there's people there, but the media is
maybe
still
the
about
media exposure leads to that.
I'm sure that was their intention. I'm just saying.
I don't think there's that intent.
Because later it's just absolutely packed with people. I know it's pretty full right now, but I'm saying later it's like end of Patch Adams full. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
When all the kids come in.
God damn, I want a pocket handkerchief. Holy shit.
It's called a pocket square.
That's not a square though, so I didn't want to call it that. It's clearly not square. Ugh.
Are we supposed to think he's the bad guy for saying that, by the way? For being, like, sensitive to other people's,
I don't know. Because he's definitely supposed to be a dick, right? Is
I
it the
think
way
so.
he says it?
I think, are we supposed to feel like he's slimy? Because I don't want to insult the Prophet of Islam, but, like
why not? Freedom of speech, motherfucker! And then he shoots Abraham Lincoln in the face.
Yeah, like, obviously, I don't really care either way. I mean, we do the Quran reloaded, whatever.
I don't give a shit.
I also just,
like,
don't care.
Like, is it slimy to not want to offend people?
I don't know.
I feel like that's totally fine. If you're like, hey, I don't feel like being a dick. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually prefer it in most cases. Yeah. He's got Johnny Cochranisms. Does Ray Wise do audiobooks?
If he doesn't, he should.
Oh, man. And then Harry Potter destroyed the last Horcrux.
Yeah, preach. Yeah, it rhymes. There you go.
That shot right there, that should have been the cover.
Yeah.
That right there, Ray Wise, Foggy Ernie Hudson.
You know what bugs me about this movie?
Oh,
I feel like
one thing bugs you about this movie?
Well, I mean, there's a lot, but I feel like
that guy touches kids. Okay, anyway.
There's a break in logic. It's almost like this is a Melissa Joan Hart nightmare. In that, no, listen, hear me out. Hear me out with this. Because it doesn't make sense with what she said being taken so seriously.
Yeah.
It almost feels like they're arguing about some other incident. It doesn't feel like they're arguing about what actually happened. Because, I mean, that's the intention. I understand we're supposed to see Ray Wise is blowing this out of whatever. Well, he's the lawyer. That's his job, for one thing. But secondly, it feels like we're watching Melissa Joan Hart have a nightmare about this happening and it being overblown. Yeah. Like, there's a break in logic of the chain of events. Like, this clearly wouldn't lead to this, but I don't know.
Does that mean... If we go with that canon, she's not in remission.
No, she's definitely actually dead of cancer at this point.
Very cancery.
Yeah.
I can't not see Keira Knightley now. It's killing me.
You aren't kidding. She really is. The resemblance is crazy. It's in the eyebrows, I think, and the eyes.
The mouth.
I think it's the makeup
job
as well.
It's the face.
Yeah.
It's her, all of it.
Yeah. do a prequel to Titanic called...
Keira Knightley wasn't in Titanic.
Who am I thinking of? The other one.
Well, the one that's much older.
Yeah.
Whose name I can't remember now but she's in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. She was in Jobs. I can't remember her name now because you made me think of it. God damn it.
Well, never mind.
Oh, we're just not going to look it up?
Oh, you want me to look it up?
I would love that because it's bothering the fuck out of me. I mean, I could look it up, but you're already kind of doing that. I want to think of it right beforehand, aren't I? No, I can't think of it. I saw her titties
Kate
once.
Winslet.
Kate Winslet!
There you go.
She's a good actress.
This bothers me too. If you're gonna write a screenplay, whatever it might be, about courtroom drama, you better do your fucking research into whatever case law you're talking about.
Well, I hope so.
Because it's incredibly obvious when the lawyers don't know what the fuck they're talking about. This initial case and what he's talking about as far as constitutional law and separation of church and state, it's like the person who wrote this is aware the Constitution is a thing, but it doesn't understand its place in our law system and that we have a common law system and that laws are changed over time as precedent is set.
Sure.
So it's like all his arguments come directly from only the Constitution, as if no other case law or precedent has been set in the intervening 2 centuries.
No, that's crazy.
Ugh, it's just bizarre.
That's not... No.
No. Again, rights are either all rights and equal, or they're not rights? I guess I don't understand. I don't know.
Where the fuck do you get those green lamps from? I see them in courtrooms and on, like, library desks in mansions in a lot of movies. I've never seen one in person for sale.
It's probably because they produced all the ones they produced, like, for a 5-year period in, like, the 70s, and every public building in the world bought them all up, and they've just been using them ever since.
Or, more likely, the class of people that buy green lamps don't shop where I shop. There's some Cholula right there. Cholula hot sauce. That's good shit.
I don't like hot sauce.
Get you some Cholula. Cholula all up in you.
Are they eating food yet, or are they waiting for their food? I didn't see it the estate.
They had chips and stuff.
Nothing
There's
on the...
dips.
Okay.
They haven't touched it because
no spit bucket for these two.
No.
You know spit buckets are a thing?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. You know Chris Pratt doesn't use a spit bucket?
That is... Yeah, I do. That makes job just jacked her face right the fuck up.
Nah.
I think it's the brows.
Something about around the nose.
Yeah.
I think they went heavy on the eyeshadow.
See, do you see what I'm saying? Like, the closer you get to her, she's just like Matthew McConaughey. The closer you get, the less attractive.
Yeah, 20 Feet Away, Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
McConaughey! Also
he's
him.
He's an Indian person.
Ugh,
He's a Native American.
Ruined my bit. Anyway, he's fuckable from 20 feet away. That was going to be my joke. Sorry I ruined that, folks.
A lot of people are fuckable from 20 feet away.
I'm fuckable from about 30, I think.
Yeah, 30, 40, 80.
Yeah.
Across the football field, we are very eligible bachelors.
Unfortunately, my dick is not 30 feet long, so... It's, it's like one of those... It's a genie thing, It's like I'm fuckable from this far away, but that doesn't help me. Cue Twilight Zone theme song? I don't know.
Well, maybe if they go blind in between seeing you from across the field... and to the point where your dick is near enough.
It's a good idea.
Like
what I need to do is go to bars.
Both have girlfriends.
See people from across the room.
In a scenario where 2 women didn't decide to just totally ruin their lives.
Yeah.
And, end all prospects of happiness.
Yeah.
This is how we pick up women.
They'll be across the room in the bar. They'll see us. Maybe they'll be like, okay, and then we'll pay someone to throw acid in their face.
Wow, that's just ISIS.
I understand. 99.9% of the time, they're going to go directly to the hospital. Someday, though,
someday.
One might cross the room and decide. I was
thinking maybe pocket sand.
Shisha?
You could shishaw them if you want, but okay. I feel like if you shishaw, that's kind of like it's so popular that I think you're telegraphing the move.
You're probably right.
No? Why would she do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you know.
There,
Has she ever had a conversation with you about faith in general?
there are people, I don't note every conversation I have, but I can think to myself people who talk about religion all the time
Fuck
around
yeah.
me. Again, that's not like anything wrong with it in and of
No,
itself.
you're good.
It's
Especially
just,
in the teacher's lounge.
yeah,
she
whatever.
can do that.
Sure. People might think like, oh, there's the one who's kind of
There's the-
preachy.
there's the
and
religious
I'm
one.
not going to hang out with her at lunch, but
Her being religious,
is not
even if
the
you prove that
issue.
she's not talky, is...
Again, it doesn't make sense because this case feels like they're talking about an instance we didn't see because what we did see was so benign.
I know.
I can't attach
Why
it.
didn't they just write it a little bit more severely?
I don't
Just
know.
a little bit more. And they could have been like, you know, like, yeah, I believe in Jesus. That at least.
That's what I don't get is they could have made it because again,
Like, it's still benign and I wouldn't give a shit personally.
people like you and I
Right.
are going to disagree with this movie either way because
Sure.
it's probably has a message that's going to be over the line and we're just not
But at
going
least
to
get to trial for something that we can agree with. Like, if she said, yeah, I believe in Jesus, and she didn't say you don't have to, or she didn't, like, if she kind of, like, you could, because she's sort of in a position of authority, she can't necessarily endorse a religion, but she can be honest about her religious beliefs in a way, like, she could say, I go to church.
Sure.
Because small communities know that. But you could at least do that and let us know that, okay, there's a gray area at least. She's in the gray. Probably not right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, she's there and it's worth discussion.
Here's an example of something that actually happened to me in a class in high school, and
Sure.
I'll tell you how much teachers sometimes get away with.
All right.
With that, I mean, there might have been discipline, but I didn't hear about it.
Sure.
We were in a class, again, this is a public school, high school.
Oh, yeah, I know where you went.
English teacher, older English teacher, probably in her 50s at the time.
Okay.
She's retired now, luckily. But at the time, something came up. Evolution came up. I don't know why. Bear in mind, the school's fine. The science department's fine. They teach evolution.
Yeah.
You know, like a normal public school. Everything's fine. However, this English teacher apparently does not believe in evolution, decided to bring it up once in class and started a fucking argument with one of the kids about it. The kid is actually... I actually follow him on Facebook now. Him and I agree with a lot of things. Anyway, I'm glad he argued with her, though. He's a more normal, like, chill person, so,
Yeah.
But at least at the time, I was kind of a
I did
high-strung
that in
cunt.
college, but college is it's not public, so they
Anyway,
can say whatever they want.
So she was, like, angry with this kid and telling him, like, no, what, you think you came from monkeys? Bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
as a public school teacher.
She can't do that. She would
And
get
then-
fired, and that would go to trial and she would lose.
He then he left the classroom and went to the office and I think told the administration. Again, I didn't hear about anything.
That wasn't very... I mean, that was relatively long time ago for that to kind of happen. I mean, we're talking like not that long ago.
Right. I'm just saying...
So,
Nothing happened as far as I know. She still worked there for years after. She might have been gotten a talking to, but there was no goddamn trial, and that was clearly over the line.
I'm just saying if she
And I
would have
don't-
gone to trial...
I don't just mean, by the way, I guess I should say, she did bring up religion and stuff as to her reasoning. Like, it wasn't just, I don't believe in evolution, because that's
Sure.
not necessarily.
Right.
She's wrong, but it's not bringing up religion in and of itself. But she did then bring up religion and be like, here's why it's bullshit.
Ooh,
So-
I forgot you had a movable...
Yeah, I have an electric
Oh.
couch now.
Ooh.
Yeah, power couch.
I'm going to lay down and do the rest of this review.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Jake just moved back to town, so I
Oh.
bought a couch sometime in the last 2 years that he hasn't been on. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that audio is probably terrible. I'm much farther away. I don't know how to make it... Oh, no. I don't know how to make it go back. Hold on, I'm just
Other
gonna-
button.
I'm
Other
just
button.
gonna-
Nope,
I'm
that's
just
the
gonna-
wrong button. Your
Okay.
head. Oh, that's the headrest.
Wait,
Okay.
I was going the right way?
That's the light. Nope,
Oh.
wrong way. Okay. Left. Right there. There you go.
I'm coming back. I don't know if you can hear it. Oh. That was the best fucking Ray Wise objection shot I've ever seen.
I wonder how many they had to do. You think that was a one and done? You think he got it in
Oh,
one?
Ray Wise the professional?
One
Fuck
and
yeah.
done. Yeah.
He's a consummate professional. He does that at home. I was barely acting to him. How many times has Ray Wise played a lawyer?
I can look it up.
That's probably not something you want to go through. There's no way it's less than 5. Oh! She can invite faculty to church events. She can do that. You can talk to people professionally.
Yep.
It it has only to do with the children. Only to do with them because the principal, and she's a subordinate of the principal. It wouldn't matter. Oh, God. There's no reason to... Like, I know for a fact the office ladies at my school did a lot of church stuff around the community, and they had, like, faith, hope, bullshit decorating their desks and stuff.
Yep.
That's fine.
You know what? In the trailer, there was a shot of Ernie Hudson gaveling, and it broke, and that I don't think ever wound up in the movie.
Never does happen. We were looking for the gavel break in the review, but we blue-balled ourselves.
Yeah, I think it was that. It was actually that specific shot of him hitting the gavel, so I assume literally in one of the takes, I think the prop gavel just actually broke, because maybe they bought cheap prop gavels. Like, that'll be a good trailer shot.
Nice. Remember that one time you talked to the Duck Dynasty guy, and you held your phone weird? She looks nice in the shadows.
That's so mean.
She does, though. Like, look.
I'm going to spread this out a little bit. Dean Cain, also fucking disgusting.
Absolutely.
As is Kevin Sorbo.
100%. Kevin Sorbo, less so.
A.R. White looks like a guy who looks like he wants to remain fuckable and is doing the best he can.
Right. The hair needs to fucking
A.R.
change.
White is way more fuckable than me, but I'm just saying. Oh, shit, here's the guy who was the best character in the first movie.
Are we sure it's the same guy?
It's the same guy. I am 100% sure. I recognize that face.
And they just mentioned it.
Yep. I feel like they realized this character was hilarious in the first movie, but they didn't get why he was funny.
And he's doing the... Wait, this is a follow-up to the theater stuff he was doing in the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
That's what I'm saying, though. A lot of his stuff in the first movie was sarcastic quips, and that's what was funny, but here he doesn't have them as much.
Right.
He's just, I'm still doing the theater thing, or whatever.
And then these two guys tried to lino Rama just now.
Yeah.
Same guy. Crazy.
Okay, this whole conversation they have about the subpoenas for the...
Why is the prequel to God's Not Dead 3 happening halfway through God's Not Dead 2?
Yeah, they're trying to... What they did is they accidentally Iron Man 2'd it. They had the whole... This is the scene in the middle where Nick Fury comes in and is talking about other stuff that's clearly just an ad for Avengers, the stuff with Black Widow. This is setting up God's Not Dead 3, because there's an after the credits scene in this movie, if people haven't sat through the credits, that sets up God's Not Dead 3, and we'll try and sit through that and talk about it, but... Here, this entire scene, which is, again, setting up God's Not Dead 3, although thematically I understand why it fits into this film, he starts talking about these subpoenas for pastor sermons and how, the government's going to come and they're going to have to okay the content of your religious speech in church and whatever, scare tactics. Not the case. Much like at the end of the first movie, which showed a bunch of lists of, like, court cases about teachers or whatever.
Yeah.
This one ends in similar court cases to the Melissa Joan Hart thing, or to this particular instance of subpoenas for sermons. The reason that happened, it was in one particular city, and it was because there was a group of churches that were intentionally doing politics from the pulpit, which, if you don't know, is illegal for tax. As long
violation of the Establishment Clause.
As long as you're receiving tax-free status from the government as a religious entity, you can't do politics stuff.
Right.
So basically the city government just said, hey, we need you to, like, we're getting reports of this. We need to subpoena those to see if you're doing that. So we'll see if we need to take away the tax status or whatever, which is completely...
Were none of the ministers or pastors or whatever not lazy enough to just give them fake ones?
I don't get it. But anyway, there was public outcry about it anyway, though. And even though I think it's completely legitimate, they were just enforcing the law as it's written.
Do you have to submit your sermons before you give them?
No, that's what that's what the movie is saying, but that's not what happened in real life. In real life, it was, hey,
I meant before. Like, how would they know if they got the real ones or the fake ones?
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Are they assuming men of faith will just be honest?
I don't know why you would
men
assume
of faith
that.
also fuck children.
Yeah, pretty often.
All right.
But anyway, then there was public outcry because how it looked, just the optics of asking... I understand the optics. Legally, I think there's nothing wrong with it. But the optics of asking churches for their sermons or whatever...
I don't think so, if you explain it. I think it's fine.
People are too stupid. I don't expect anyone to be reasonable at this point.
You're probably right.
So they dropped it, and then nothing has come of it since. So this movie's just a big, again, straw man bullshit scare tactic thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm more interested in their Chinese than I am in what they're talking about. I don't know if that just means I'm a big fatty.
Oh, look at that nice drawing in the background, though. Someone did that drawing. Yeah. Maybe those are Jesse Metcalf's. That's what he does in his spare time. He sells those on the side. That and the ads he does on his Twitter or how he gets through the week.
No, that was Joey Lawrence.
Oh, Joey. I'm sorry.
It's easy to get them confused. Joey Lawrence is the one we don't want to fuck.
Whoops.
Joey Lawrence has the weirdest hairline. It's so weird. Guys, I'm sorry that this is 2 hours long. I didn't...
Yeah, we're only halfway through, by the way.
Oh, no.
It has pretty long credits, though, so if you guys don't want to sit through the credits with us, I understand, but we're probably going to hang around and talk.
Yeah.
Plus for the after the credits or whatever, mid-credit scene.
Wow, she actually ate that.
Melissa Joan Hart ain't got no spit bucket either. It's rice, it's fine. That's all she eats.
What? Okay, was that one of those things where you foreshadow?
No.
I hope not.
You think they were trying to match cut the rice to the Asian?
Yes!
No, I don't think they were trying to do that.
The end of this, let's look for match cut threads, okay?
Okay,
all right. Because, oh, man.
Even they wouldn't do that, man.
Pat Boone eating an egg roll.
That's just a deleted scene.
Pat Boone killed my father in Korea in 1980. Wait, the Korean War was over. He's Pat Boone. He kills Asians, whatever. I'm Japanese. My grandfather was on vacation in South Korea.
Asian dad hits the son, too. These movies...
What is it with...
If we get in the third movie some non-white family, non-Christian family, and some abuse going on, I think that's a bingo. Can we call that a bingo?
That's a bingo.
That's a bingo.
But God's Not Dead.
Because you had
bingo. You get a free... It's only 4, and you get a free space.
Sure. After the third one, the fourth racially ambiguous child abuse, the fourth one's free.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is he crying?
I think he's trying to act. I don't know.
But luckily, it's in a different language, so we don't...
Yeah.
We don't know if he's doing a good job.
If I could speak Mandarin, I'm fairly certain I could, because based on his facial expression.
It is he is supposed to be Chinese,
yes,
right?
He's supposed to be Chinese. It's Mandarin. This kid, I actually think
he's probably good, right?
I don't think he's bad. For what it's worth, with the material he's given.
I feel like I haven't had to make fun of him, except for maybe the dress, but that's not his fault.
So I think if he actually did some lower, maybe some independent stuff, he could work his way up.
You're no longer my son.
Yeah. He can't cry on cue, though. You can tell.
No.
He's doing that face actors do when they can't cry on cue, but they know, like, this is a face people make when
that's
they're
a yellow
upset.
light.
It's the same style, though. David A.R. White stands out from the crowd.
Okay, but is that the same store, or do you go to the yellow light store?
That's a custom-made one. Or he's just had it. That's one of the first run. He's had it so long, it's faded.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see. That's one nice-ass church, though.
It really is.
There are several bad seats in that church, though. Holy shit.
I really don't know if... I can't tell if we're supposed to assume David A.R. White is such a good preacher between movies he upgraded, or if this is a continuity error. I really can't tell.
Or if are we misremembering? Did they not show the inside that much? Or
maybe it was just an alternative angle and it just looks very different. I don't know. I thought the surrounding area looked different, though. I feel like the first one, it was more buildings, and this one, it's more trees and stuff.
Is the third one going to be only trial?
I hope not.
Who's going to have cancer?
All of the audience, probably. Just saying.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Oh, he still hasn't been able to cry yet. Maybe he's never had a bad experience in his life.
I doubt it. He's in this movie, so.
Ooh. Yeah, but this is during, not the after.
Well, he was in the first one.
No, the first one was fun, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good shot. Yeah. That's a fine shot.
These movies look more like movies than any other Christian films.
They definitely do. They just have some schlocky bullshit that they need to get over.
Yeah.
Like this right here. This is schlock.
I can appreciate a movie that unabashedly just goes for the fucking cliches, though.
But if they were like a little more ham-fisted, it would feel fun in this one. Like in
Maybe.
the first one, it felt fun.
It went over that line.
Right.
Yeah, this one it's a little more subdued.
This one toes it too much.
Yeah. This one took itself almost.
Right, this is a somber scene. We're supposed to feel bad. No.
Yeah.
Imagine the Muslim girl having a montage of sadness after she got hit. She got like straight up bitch slapped and thrown out of her actual house.
Yeah.
But that we just sat on that information and moved on to the next character. So that's it. This is that he barely played. Wait.
Also, people don't talk like this.
No.
It's very odd.
People don't open up to strangers like that typically.
I'll give them...
It is church.
That's what I'm saying.
It is church.
Both of these characters are in the church very specifically because they're both in sort of a desperate place, so I'll give them a pass on that one. That's fine. That's a story element.
Have we decided that they are definitely gonna fuck? But like after they get married, but like
I feel like they implied a relationship between him and someone else in
the last one,
no. It was
the concert.
No, that was Josh and the former Muslim girl.
Oh,
actually.
that was. I would like to see that play out in the third movie.
Oh, they will, because Josh was studying for a law degree, so he's got to be the lawyer.
If he's not the lawyer,
Jesse Metcalf, Melissa Joan Hart, Josh super legal team.
Wait, why is Melissa Joan Hart invited? She's the secretary. She got a new job.
Whatever, sure.
She can be their Karen from Daredevil.
And it turns out she's was cousins with Sorbo.
You gotta Star Wars your whole universe. Make everyone related.
And you have flashbacks where maybe he's talking to her about something, I don't know. Maybe it's... Oh, wait.
Who hit him? Who hit him?
Who hit him, and something about them, because both their situations...
Dude, no. A detective is the other story, and he's trying to figure out who hit Sorbo, and he's the atheist, finds faith through Sorbo's death. Double whammy for Sorbo, double heaven. He gets upgraded, bumped up to gold class, or whatever you get. It's not quite your carbon card, but you know.
Yeah.
And then David A.R. White, right? And then at the end of that, the detective and A.R. White, buddy cop drama, God's Not Dead 4, God's Not Deadier. And then they drive Harleys and drive through the desert, and it's like a Mad Max style, like Mad Max 1, like not Road Warrior. And then they roving bandits, they freed them from the shackles of atheism.
At this point, between the two of us, I'm going to be honest, between this and God Not Real, the movie plot we came up with, our first commentary for God's Not Dead 1, at this point, we're not losing money on this for not being discovered. Other people are losing money for not discovering us. I'm going to put this out there, okay? Someone give us a call.
Dude, I want a Roadhouse analog with David A.R. White.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Man Myth Messiah. This is where they bring in a bunch of bullshit apologists for cameos. Oh gosh.
Isn't the guy that did Case for Christ coming in?
Does he come in this one? I know they do the Man Myth Messiah because in that book the main theme and arguments of that apologetic book they were saying Jesus is either just a guy who was lying, he's a liar, he didn't exist at all, or he was actually God, and they don't open any other possibilities. Like,
what? Okay. What about an amalgam of people?
An amalgam of people, that's a theory people, or I guess hypothesis people have about it. I think, personally, this is just me, I think there was a historical Jesus that was mostly singular. I assume they took elements from other people around the area at the time, but I think it was mostly a singular person.
I think it's a big fish story.
Many of which the events of his life may have happened. He was definitely crucified. I'm sure he gave very specific sermons that probably did impact the region and different ideologies. But that's it. The magic shit, I think, isn't real. So,
wait. You don't think the magic shit was real?
I don't think the magic shit was real.
Wow, that shatters my entire universe.
The whole man, myth, messiah thing. This is also called, like, I think, liar, lord, and another L. It's an argument that's going on. Something like that. Basically, it totally does away with any idea that, hey, maybe people were just mistaken, or the story grew over time, or it was written much later, or Jesus was a crazy person who said certain things that weren't true. Like, it's an incredibly trying to put it in a box so you don't look at other arguments.
It's kind of like when you ask a first-year history student why Rome fell. Historians think, oh yeah, it was like, sure, Christianity played a part. So did the Vandals, Visigoths, Hun. So did the economic strife. So did the amount that the empire was stretched out.
Yeah.
But usually your first year history student will latch on to whatever ideology or ideological aspect of that helps their current internal monologue. So, like, for a neckbeard atheist, it's, oh, Christianity ruined Rome, when it's not really the case.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Jesus. Oh, God, here's that guy. Including the case for Christ. Oh, no, it was the case for Christ guy.
Yeah, a couple of them show up in this movie, I think. We got to do Case for Christ, too.
We'll be doing Case for Christ soon. It's just such a trudge.
Again, I've heard this argument before, too. The BC-AD thing. Okay, you understand people decided that, right?
But even so, that's not accurate, though.
And also, it wasn't the calendar for the entire world for, like, a long time.
Right.
It's just a weird argument. I don't understand it. You think the calendar, like, came down from on high and God was like, it's January 1st? Like, what did you think happened?
I like that he sang. He was a little sing-song about, it's January 1st,
well,
motherfucker.
I assume there was, like, a light and it slowly came down. I don't know.
Was that the sound of the light?
Yeah. It's an angelic light. Those always make noise.
Why does God emit an angelic light? Wouldn't he emit a godly light?
I'm assuming God's too busy to give the.
Oh, so he sent an angel, like an envoy.
It was he knows how to delegate.
Oh, I
for sure. You can't take care of the whole universe and not know how to delegate.
I mean,
that's way too many babies to give AIDS. I'm just saying.
I like the idea of actually AIDS angels existing, and they have to give the AIDS to the babies. It's like the garbage man of being an angel.
Yeah, probably gets paid well. They're union.
Yeah, it's fine. Nothing wrong with being it. Oh, no.
Again, though, this movie's arguing against a point I'm not disagreeing with. It's hard to... This is why, by the way, we're off track a lot more in this one, I feel like, than even the first God's Not Dead.
Bart Ehrman.
What do you want me to say? No, Melissa Joan Hart should be in prison. No, she shouldn't. What she said was not over the line. Right. It's fine. We made a couple jokes in the review about it, but, like... It's fine. What is this court case for? They should have made her just, I don't know, Christian Sorbo? They kind of painted themselves into a corner on this one.
Because they didn't have Sorbo still. You know what they should have done? Is just carried that from the college over to this court case instead of killing him off.
Maybe. Or even because...
do it.
I think they also painted themselves into the corner because in the first one, the entire point was Sorbo is bad for preaching to people about atheism.
But
in this movie,
Jesus is fine, dude.
Right, that's what I'm saying. In this movie, they couldn't have her come out and be overt about it and say it's okay.
Because she's the mirror image of
because
Sorbo.
It would be a direct mirror, so they had to say, oh, we kind of have to make this actually okay, what she's doing. You know what I mean? So it's just events happening for no reason. And then people will say dumb things sometimes. It's bizarre.
Wait, why are they in this fucking abbey now? Why do they have a separate room for... Why did the black guy get the small room?
I don't know.
Or is this where they take the ginges?
I think this is the private, let's go talk about your problems room, even though David A.R. White has an office. Hey, David R. White, I gotta talk to this lady, can I? Of course you can.
I'm also a pastor.
I'm also a pastor.
I get it.
And we're, like, close friends.
I like to imagine in a deleted scene, he asked, and David's like, do you know how fucking busy I am right now? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Get the... No, don't talk. Out.
The honeymoon period of the biracial pastoral romance is over. Yeah. That's unfortunate. We all knew it couldn't last.
That was just the gritty realism of an actual relationship. I don't know... I still don't know this guy's name. I don't know David A.R. White's character's name. Is it just David?
Yeah.
What's this guy's name?
I don't know.
I don't know either. By God's Not Dead 3, I gotta know his name.
Yeah, I think you probably should.
Oh. Why did they say, hey, can you be really disgusting?
That was a rack focus, wasn't it? When he walked in, didn't it focus on the guy?
No, I mean... Right here, where he's not looking, but if
it's a rack focus. There you go.
No, that's fine. I'm saying for dramatic effect, not for tone of conversation.
Okay.
I'm saying like if this right here, if they were to keep it on the reverse, he would have paused and looked while the guy was giving him bad news.
I got you. Okay.
Nah, fuck that. It's not just the use of Iraq focus.
Well, that's why I was confused. I was like, that's like one of the most
No,
common.
no,
It's
no,
very
no.
common. Again, more God's Not Dead 3 setup scene.
Yeah.
They didn't even make this movie interesting. Don't get me hyped for the third one.
You put this for 2 hours. Why didn't you just cut 20 minutes of this movie and put it at the beginning of the next one? You already got your shots. You just added it to the budget of God's Not Dead 2. Cut it and use it later. He's not even at the office. Why couldn't they have used his office?
Because this movie does not need to be 2 hours long.
No. There's nothing happening.
Hour and a half would have been great. Was the first one 2 hours long?
I can't imagine. If it was because Sorbo carried the shit out of it.
I think it was about one.
We had Sorbo and Dean Cain in that movie. We have one Ernie Hudson that he doesn't use. Does he have an ulcer?
I forget what it is. It's something stupid. I think the first one was about an hour 50 something minutes.
He really aged up in that one shot.
Sorry about the cough, everyone.
You
Can't
choke?
I'm drinking a beverage and it went down the wrong pipe.
Intelligent design, my dude.
Mm.
Do you know choking is the 4th leading cause of death?
Wow.
Accidental choking. In America. I don't know where it is everywhere else.
Wow.
I assume that's the amount of food we shove down our gullets.
Yeah, probably. It's a really bad idea to make the same hole for the hole you eat and the hole you breathe. There's no reason that should be the case, by the way.
Why
You
don't
ever
I have a second?
You ever
why don't I
think
have a
of that?
blowhole?
Like, I mean, I understand why it's evolution, but I'm just saying, like, that's a really shitty design.
Yeah. Luckily, we're not so stupid that we got when it's extinct from it.
Yeah.
Because pretty soon I'm gonna be in prison. I hope Ernie's the judge for the next one.
Do judges have to buy their own robes? Is that a thing you got to order online as a judge, or is that like a thing they provide to you at the courthouse?
Why would that be Ray Wise? No, that wouldn't prove. That doesn't prove it. Is it just appendicitis?
Also, by the way, God's Not Dead writer, if a juror is being swayed by their religious belief or lack of religious belief in this case, they're a shitty juror and should be removed, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of your religious beliefs, you should be able to look at a case and, like, decide. I mean, I can say, you can say pragmatism or whatever,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
that's not how it really works, but I mean, if David Arrowhite was going to be swayed either way,
Oh, man.
shouldn't have been the juror for that.
Okay, Marlene, whose name I just learned. This is my this is the 5th time in a God's Not Dead movie, and I just learned her name's Marlene.
I also love the close-ins of the like, get like a dozen people, maybe 15, lots of close-ups. It'll make it look like there's a
What
huge
are they
crowd.
saying? We should get
know
lip
what's-
readers to see if they say things.
You know what's bizarre? Voiceless, the anti-abortion movie, their crowd at the end was bigger than this movie, and this movie definitely had a bigger budget for extras.
Yeah, maybe just ask someone. Oh, there's no way she can be a Christian.
You know what, though? I'll give this movie credit for doing something
Subversive.
somewhat for
Yeah.
these kind of movies. At least they were like, hey, don't judge people based on looks. There was a kind of a moral there.
I
Because at the
guess.
end, it's revealed she's actually a Christian.
Right.
I mean, it still was like, hey, she was a good person because she's your religion, which isn't a good moral, but...
Oh, no. Here's the homicide detective guy. This is the case for Christ guy, right?
No, I think it was the first... Wait, is it? Yeah, I think so.
Abjection? That was a little...
He's
that was
very
a little
wise.
off.
I'll let
Oh,
it
okay.
slide.
All right. Okay.
Eyewitness claims are not fucking reliable, by the way.
Right.
Consistently.
So they
They've
haven't...
shown that to be
He
the
said
case.
they'd never use DNA
Yeah.
to charge someone with a fucking crime of a cold case?
In
Ever?
his department specifically, I assume.
How can you... How can you prove their existence at the crime? Oh, you're not going to give me an answer because there is none? Is that the face you're making? Oh, okay.
I'm assuming it was, if he's saying it's based on eyewitness testimony, he's probably put at least 1 or 2 people in jail who don't deserve to be there. Or they only caught the people because they're cold cases and harder to prove in the first place. The ones that he caught admitted it, but then probably a bunch got away.
I hope they admitted it.
I don't know.
Contain the eyewitness accounts, except for John. Matthew was a little wild, too.
Yeah, this guy's full of shit.
Yeah.
We'll do...
You know, the one with the zombies came out of the ground? Very believable.
When we get to the Case for Christ review, we'll go in depth as to why this shit's...
Are you going to make me go in depth with the Gospels before we get to the New Testament?
Yeah, we're going to have to.
Oh, man. It's okay. It's like a prep course for you guys. I don't want to read those again.
Again, assuming this is all...
Right.
The only way to come to this conclusion is to work backwards from the Gospels are an accurate representation of reality.
Every one of these folks was tortured and died. No.
Nobody ever dies for things that aren't true.
Yeah.
ISIS.
Oh.
Al-Qaeda.
No.
I don't know. I'm sure people have died for
self-immolating
really
monks?
stupid shit.
Well, I mean, lots of people die for stupid shit. People who let their kids heal through the power of prayer.
All he's proving is that...
Wait, let me go through the Gospels.
Okay, Ray Wise was saying objection before, but not now.
Objection! That doesn't make any sense at all.
I don't know.
Do you guys hear that?
Yeah, my girlfriend just got back.
Oh, buddy. Holy shit. She doesn't give a shit about audio quality.
This also can't be edited, so great.
Yay.
That's fine.
Just so you know that I'm here.
Yeah.
You guys acknowledged it already.
Yeah. She is a girl. Confirmed. Watching God's Not Dead 2.
Yeah.
Walk away before the Jesse Metcalf. Oh. I don't understand how he can just stand there smugly and Ray Wise said nothing the whole time. He's the worst prosecuting lawyer of all time.
Ray Wise will object to everything because he's the asshole lawyer character until it's convenient for the plot to him to not do that for some reason.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
She's not exactly a ninja.
Here's the thing about Here's the thing about him saying, that's exactly what we should find to expect. What we should expect to find. What would he say if they were all exactly the same from one another? He'd say, see, they're perfect. You need falsifiability in your claims. You can't say either way.
Yeah.
You know?
As a devout... Oh, God. He can't just sit here and be like, I was a devout... It doesn't give you street cred if you were one thing before.
Yeah.
Like, I used to be a gang member. You can trust me. What? No. That's not how it works. I trust you less now. You should not have told me that if you wanted me to trust you. Because you were a jet, and I am a shark. Like my pappy and his pappy before. That's a West Side Story joke. If you guys aren't into West Side Story... Are you not into West Side Story?
No, that's
Me
like the
either.
one musical I don't like.
Yeah, I don't like any musicals. That's all I know about it.
Somehow Ray Wise was just taken down by that.
Wait, why are
terrible
those people here?
argumentation. They're the parents of because they're the actual ones who brought the lawsuit against the school.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot it wasn't. Yeah, okay.
Oh, dramatic door that should only exist so she can bust in.
No, where'd he smash?
Right, that's where the gavel should have broke. Just all you got to do is have him say order, and then show him bring up the gavel. Cut to the shot from the trailer of the gavel breaking. Fine.
Yeah. In slow motion, please.
Yeah. Also, you can't have you can't do this. You need the witness lists need to be available to both parties. before the case because that's part of discovery.
And also, she has to be. You can't just have anyone in there. Like, the prosecution would have to have a dossier on her, and they would have already had to go through the process of, okay, this is what we're going to do. We are going to call this witness to the stand, because they have to have cross-examination questions. You can't just balls deep it.
It's ironic because earlier they had one of the apologist guys go, they use DNA a lot in movies and on TV, but that's not how we. Okay, he's talking about cold cases, so fuck you. DNA is used a lot in other cases, but they're doing like TV law bullshit here. Burst into the courtroom, surprise witness.
I'll allow this witness.
And that's how Ernie Hudson was disbarred and removed from the bench.
See, my that's how Ernie Hudson was going to be. And that's how Ernie Hudson ruined all cases henceforth. Because you could just bring in the rabble from the streets and anyone can be a witness.
Well, okay.
Surprise witness prosecution.
The parents filed the lawsuit on her behalf as a minor. So it's a very selective case, but it's still bullshit.
I can't imagine, though. I cannot imagine the prosecution has the information needed to assume she would be a witness. Is what my point is.
Oh, absolutely, sure.
So,
this movie is like, again, because almost no one would disagree with the I guess, like, this is ridiculous that this is going to court. It's like if I made a movie and the entire conflict was like me and it was like a lawsuit about like
a speeding ticket, but you were only like 5 over.
I don't even, what am I even
Like,
thinking?
most people are like, there's not much controversy.
Like it's what's the point of this movie? What are the stakes here?
Speeding
it's just
ticket,
kind of
who
a
gives a
bullshit
shit?
thing.
Matthew McConaughey's in there.
Like you understand maybe why they had to pull you over.
Right. But
but let's say it's like getting pulled over for a $30 ticket for being 5 over and then making a big deal in a big court case out of it.
right.
Like,
And then it turns out the big twist is like, oh, the speedometer was broken.
like maybe you didn't have to pull the person over. But hey, maybe just pay the ticket also. It's only $30.
Yeah.
It's just people being obstinate.
Like, you were 5 over. I mean, Ernie Hudson looking at people disappointedly. It's like,
he's not even acting. He's just like, you fucking people. I was in fucking Ghostbusters. I think it was in Congo, and I think Ernie Hudson misses being in Congo.
was he in Congo?
He was in Congo, I think.
I always mix that up with Anaconda.
No.
Until I think of Anaconda.
Yeah, he's like, I run a few guns, you sons of bitches ruin the world. He says that in Congo.
It?
I remember that. No, that's just the line I
Oh.
remember because it was weird, and he delivered it very oddly.
You sons of
Sons
bitches.
of bitches ruin the world.
There's a hard B.
Yeah, it was just it
bitches.
was like he was trying to be very cool, but like in an obvious trying to be cool way.
Like holding a drink glass, but you're not
He was
sure
smoking.
what kind
he was
of...
smoking a cigar. I think
it a
it was
cigar?
a cigar.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, this is a fair point by Ray Wise. Again, I don't know the legality necessarily, but teachers are, I forget what it's called, something reporters. You're you have to report certain things,
You
like
have
abuse.
to report abuse. You don't have to report
Like,
psychological distress
really?
like this.
Interesting. I think
You can see that's what the counselor is for. You
I
refer to the
understand.
counselor, and the counselor has to.
That's
if
what I'm
it's,
saying.
because they're trained. But Melissa Joan Hart's,
she didn't do that. Is what I'm
she
saying.
doesn't have to.
That's what I'm saying, though.
She
I understand.
ought to.
She ought to.
If she was writing suicide notes and it was found out Melissa Joan Hart's character found out that like suicidal tendencies are a definite provable thing and she didn't, then she's probably getting fired. But stuff like, her brother died, she's just bereaved. In bereavement, that's normal. That's not something that you need to be alarmed about. She's probably, and granted, we don't know what's in this, as a teacher, especially one that has a relationship with her in that they would hang out at a coffee shop which is not cool, by the way. You should not do that if you're a teacher.
No.
But just, the student approached her. It was fine. And you don't want, shoo, get out of here. I assume that she probably would have at some point in this timeline, given the person she is in context anyways. So even that, like, she doesn't, the psychological thing, the kid might be like, nah, but the counselor is that, and she might not understand that Mr. Jennings in counseling is a psychological reporter.
If I was handed this script in its current form,
Yeah.
what I would do is
delete it.
Okay, let's say I had to do something
Sure.
with it. I would make it so she did talk to her, didn't. Everything happens the way it happened up till right before the court case. But what doesn't happen is she doesn't get brought in because of the classroom scene, though I do want the classroom scene to have happened the same way it did.
Sure.
I want this student to have attempted to kill herself.
There you go.
I don't want her to succeed because it's not that kind of movie, but she'll have attempted. That'll bring about the lawsuit, and then they'll say,
Why didn't you say anything?
Why didn't you say anything?
go.
Why did you only preach to her? That brings in stakes. It brings in a little more moral ambiguity, because at this point, I'm saying, Melissa Joan Hart, really, she didn't do anything that's illegal.
Right.
In that case, if you had tilted it a little more towards,
Like,
the girl was dealing with maybe some shit that should have been addressed by a counselor.
sure.
Again, it would be framed as Melissa Joan Hart is in the right, but at least we'd have something to fucking disagree with, I guess.
Right. Like,
I don't know.
Like Melissa Joan Hart, like, gives an anti-suicide sermon from the, coffee shop chair, I
Yeah.
guess. That's fine.
By the way, at this point, there's still like half an hour in the movie. This movie does not need to be half an hour
No,
longer.
Like 10 minutes of that is credits, though.
Yeah. Again,
Another
nice
good
shots.
shot.
Good shots of the courthouse.
Excellent shot. Middle America.
Did they ever establish, is this a local level case? Did they bring it up to the state level?
That's a state capital. That's not just like a normal.
I understand. I know.
Yeah.
It could be the courthouse of a major city, though. I guess I don't know
Maybe.
where they filmed this.
Yeah. Could be.
I'll look it up.
That's an appellate, though. You'd have to start it at the local level and then appeal and then
Well,
go up.
I'm not talking about reality, though.
Oh,
This
okay.
movie doesn't. This movie does not care about the realities of
You
court.
don't typically get bumped to the state level.
It's a public school, though, so it might have immediately
Yeah,
gone
maybe.
to state
I don't know
because
how that
it's
works.
run by the state.
Could be.
They're run at a local level administration-wise, but they answer to the state.
Yeah, I'm
Board.
not going to make any determination on
You're
that,
right.
but I can't imagine it would. Because that's got to be a county thing.
I don't know. I don't think this screenwriter thought it that far, to be honest. I don't know.
You know what I will give them props for? Another thing, and this is more the art department.
It was Little Rock. It was
Little
yes,
Rock,
yeah.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did I say Arizona earlier? I must have
they
said it.
filmed in
My bad.
Arizona?
No, they filmed in Arkansas. It's just that I saw the AR and I wasn't thinking because I saw I thought it was AZ earlier.
AZ.
And I
Anyways,
didn't read it.
what I will give props to this movie is the houses and stuff do look like people live there, and I'm sure they actually do.
Yeah.
And they film in people's actual houses, but like, you ever look at like a sitcom house and you're like, no one fucking Jerry doesn't live in that house.
The Room is a great example of houses that do not look lived in.
Yeah.
With their weird picture frames and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate the believability. At least, like,
Oh, wait,
I never...
can Melissa Joan Hart cry on cue? I feel like I've seen her cry on Sabrina, but it might not be on cue.
She definitely cried. Can you just bring that out in yourself?
Actors can.
Is that a Kia Soul? Everything?
If it is a Kia Soul, is that a pun? Are they making a joke?
I don't know.
Kia Soul, she's saved.
She drives around in it a lot, though.
Maybe
Also, but it's not an American vehicle. I don't know.
might be her actual car. We'll let you be in God's Not Dead too, and we'll undo the cancer if you come in and bring your car.
Oh man, I'm so glad. What's her name? I forgot it again. Marla? Merle? Not Miley. Redhead. Do you think she was worried about her character's arc so
I don't
much
know.
that she brought her own car? What are they eating? Are those Peeps? Some cake?
No, it's cake. What are the chances Pat Boone is wearing pants in this scene? He's still wearing his jammy bottoms. That's what I think.
2-1, it's jammy bottoms.
Okay, I'll put on the shirt, but that's it.
And I gotta eat cake. It's dinner time. We literally made a real chicken for you. I don't like chicken. You don't like chicken? Why don't you like chicken? I like cake. Pat Boone. What kind of cake do you want? Any of it? You don't have a preference on cake? No. You have a preference on... You don't like chicken. No cake preferences. Very odd. Very odd dietary choices.
I'm gonna get in on the candle racket. The ones with these cardboard around it for memorials.
Oh, fuck that,
Someone
dude.
must be making hand over fist, because when you're going to a memorial, there's no way you're price shopping the candles. You don't want to be the guy that cheaped out on the memorial candles. Again, this scene... I'd like to think Pat Boone wasn't even supposed to sing in this scene. He just would not stand being overshadowed.
I feel like we made that joke
Did we?
already.
Because it's
so
true.
real.
Ugh.
It's the way she reacts to seeing him sing.
Like, she's like, oh, Pat, okay. Like, it's
yeah,
almost...
play it cool, Melissa Joan Hart.
It's almost like it's the fourth take he did that on, and they keep telling him to not, but he keeps forgetting, and she's just like, oh, okay, okay, we're just doing it.
Is she crying on cue, or is she looking like she's about to cry on cue? Because I could do that.
She's the best in this movie at crying so far. I'll give her that. Again,
That looks fine. That's fine. The breathing, the neck, I believe it. I believe she's feeling it.
Melissa Joan Hart is on TV land where she belongs. Or wait, is it ABC Family? One of those.
She was definitely on TV
One
land
of
for a
those.
while, wasn't she?
I don't know.
This is like that part in the the maybe it's a serialized, maybe it's a crime drama. You find out one of your actors can play piano, or they can sing, or they can play guitar, and you're like, hey, can I like showcase that so that, you know, my acting agency knows that I can, like, other studios know I can do the thing? And they're like, I guess. do you want to do that? And so this girl got the lead role in the choir singing outside Pat Boone's house.
Cameo.
Mike Huckabee lost like 400 pounds or some shit. At one point. I'm not kidding. He lost like a ton of weight at one point. And then he put a lot of it back on.
Wow.
Maybe he Atkinsed.
Chris Christie should definitely find out whatever he did.
My favorite picture of Chris Christie is where he's holding a box of M&Ms and he's pouring a bag of M&Ms into a box of M&Ms.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's at an event. What it probably is the bag came in the box. Yeah. But in my head, I like to believe he's like, I can't two-fist this. That'd just be silly. Let me pour the extra M&Ms in there.
Yeah. I like that David A.R. White still looks better than 90% of people, even though he's in the hospital.
Yeah. How could you ignore it and teach history? Because you're teaching history.
I guess. You can bring it up.
Yeah, but it's not historical.
Nah.
Something different about you. He got so laid. He got some of that Brooke Poon. Is he gone? Is he gone in number 3?
Well, that one comes right after. I think he's in the after credit scene too, so I doubt it.
Is he gonna be a character witness?
Probably. He'll be something, or he'll go back to China and be arrested by the secret police immediately. I don't know. That'd be a much better God. I'd rather God's Not Dead 3 be him going back to China and trying to
this guy going back to his war-torn Congo village.
Yeah. Here's at least, you know what? If God's Not Dead 3 was about him going to China and actual religious oppression,
right?
Because in China, yeah, they crack down on that shit. That's fine. That'd be an interesting movie. I'd watch that movie if it was well made. It just wouldn't be because it's made by David A.R. White.
I'm not Keira Knightley. Is she supposed to be a person, or no? This is just a scene of. Okay.
No.
Okay, I thought maybe she was a person I didn't know.
I like that the counter protesters wouldn't have showed up until the final day of the trial. Like, what? What do you mean? Because the largest political alliance in this country is definitely atheists, and never do Christians show up to places to picket things.
I don't picket things.
No, I never have.
Why would I do that? Why would I care?
I'm not a big sign guy.
No. My God's not dead.
And they're just gonna sit on the steps, like, this is, come on.
I have a question. Is God alive, technically? What is living?
I guess.
If a virus... Know. Okay, does God reproduce?
No.
Does God respirate?
No.
Does God use energy and have waste?
No. He does
He's
not
fit alive.
the designation for life and sides. You're right.
You're goddamn right, I'm right. I like when you say that.
It's nitpicky, but okay.
It's not really nitpicky. I'm just asking, like... I don't know. What if does he sit outside of life? Is that the answer? Is
I
that the
don't
Christian
know.
answer in my head?
Sure.
I was trying to think. Those two guys had competing beards, and the guy in the back totally won. I hope we get another shot of those guys. I want you to see the biker guy and then the obviously very touchy-feely. Those two. Two fat guys. Oh.
See, now Jesse's got a pocket square. That's how you know he's going to come in with his final argument and win.
Guns a-blazing.
Yeah, closing argument.
Everybody look at Jesse. Woo!
I mean, he did show up late, though, so let's be real. Shitty lawyer, right?
He was at the tailor's. They should have shown him, like... Oh, got him. Should have shown him doing his Bible Man fashion montage, bat suit, get-up thing.
Yeah.
And we would have thought it was Ray Wise. Turns out, Metcalf.
Well, they were. That was the shot they did. They were doing the walk shot there. I thought the implication was supposed to be you assume it's Ray Wise, but then it's him.
But he was too trim.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that was their intention.
Well, no, you have Ray Wise talking, and then you cut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying I think that's what they were going for with that
Yeah,
walk shot there.
It wasn't good.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right.
I didn't film it.
I'm not, it's not your fault. But, wow. See what I'm saying? That's the scowls they make her make. It just... And they, like, put rouge on her cheeks?
Also,
what the fuck?
Nice shot of his shiny shoes there. Do you see it?
Yeah,
That's how Ray Wise knows. We established that earlier.
Yeah.
You thought that was a waste? Chekhov's gun, bitch.
Wow. Chekhov's gun. He's bad copping.
Yeah, I don't like this cliche.
Shoot from the hip.
The lawyer badgering their own client in order to get them to say a thing very, raw
I
and
feel like the
and
judge
honestly.
would be like, stop.
Yeah, they would. They would. Badgering the witness is still a thing, even if it's your witness, as far as I understand it.
Ray Wise has never seen this tactic. He's only 60 years in on the job. Not seen every trick in the book yet, kid.
Is Ray Wise's skin tone naturally that?
No, there's no way. That's not tanning either. He's rubbed down with like shoe oil.
I really like Ray Wise's background acting too, by the way. Even when he's in the back,
like, fuck this.
He is. Good for him.
Arms folded. I'm done with this shit. Jesse Metcalf. Who's he think he is? I'm Ray Wise. Jesse Metcalf is just a good-looking kid. He was a flash in the pan in John Tucker Must Die. He's talking about that shit right now to his co-actor. I'm Ray Wise. I was in stuff. I don't even know the names. You don't either. Doesn't matter. You'll recognize me. Just like Sam Elliott.
Let's see.
I'm
Ray Wise.
Suit Sam Elliott.
Obviously Twin Peaks, but beyond that, RoboCop.
Oh yeah.
Good night and good luck. Swamp Thing. Wes Craven's Swamp Thing, I should say, the movie. He was in that shitty Killing Joke. There's Reaper.
Yeah, a lot of stuff I don't know.
Bob Roberts in the one movie that guy did other than Shawshank Redemption.
Dude.
X-Men First Class. Was he in First Class?
Hey,
remember.
Jesse Metcalf. Whoa.
Oh, he was really good in Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie.
What was he? Was he the
I
the
think
guy
he was-
trying to buy them all?
No, I think he was the Shrimp guy.
Shrimp.
Which was it was a therapy. You know what? I'm not going to spoil it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Don't spoil it.
That movie was fucking bananas. It's so great.
Everyone go watch Tim and Eric movie.
We should get really legally smoke a lot of herbs and then watch that movie.
Okay.
Very legal basil.
They're having a special, actually. Tim and Eric's coming back for one.
Oh, I thought you meant on basil.
No.
Oh, man. Uh-huh. What a bitch. Am I right?
Yeah, he needs to chill the fuck out. Again,
This is them thinking what we think, right?
This is them incorrectly trying to identify what people like us think and then railing
Right.
against it. It's literally it's a straw man. It's them setting up an argument.
If you're interested in what I actually think, I think as a civilian, a non-teacher role, like if she's at a barbecue and she wants to talk about God with somebody, go for it. If she's in a classroom and she's asked a question like the one she was and she answers it the way she did in this movie, totally fine. Oh no.
Ernie Hudson is clearly not a good judge, though.
He's
Can we all
just
admit?
awful. He's like Ito again. It's Ito Part 2. But nah, man, you basically just can't preach from the fucking classroom. That's it. You can't, like the anti-evolution stuff. You can't do that.
And they know this too, because that was the whole plot of God's Not Dead 1 was, hey, don't force shit on people in your class. That's what Sorbo was doing.
And yeah. What? Why? Why not? And then he tells them this, and they don't do it.
Yep. Because the big reveal at the end is, again, the girl's like, I was Christian the whole time. And it's like,
wouldn't that be a hung jury?
well, wait. Is the movie implying she found in your favor because she was a Christian? Because you just...
That's not right.
That's not right.
Right.
Same thing if it... Let's reverse this. Let's say Kevin Sorbo was on trial for what he was doing in God's Not Dead 1.
Right.
Let's say a bunch of neckbeard atheists were on the jury and they found in his favor.
Right. Also, the implication that it was a bad thing that David A.R. White left, like, for the audience would be like, oh, we can't influence the jury how we'd want to.
Yeah.
That makes you a bad person?
Yeah. It wasn't about... It doesn't seem like it's about the actual law as much as it is, what can we convince?
Oh, shit. Ernie Hudson's chair looks comfy as fuck. Look at that thing.
That's probably why I took the job.
Oh, man.
The paycheck.
I get this chair.
And he gets the chair when he leaves. He took that home with him.
Anything for a paycheck and a chair. Oh, the chair turned. Continuity. Okay, she's not very good at acting. I'm sorry. I want to like MJH.
Nah.
I want to like her.
Again,
This is not. I'm not buying it.
I've seen far worse in these movies, though.
Hey,
she's sitcom
I'm not
level.
saying for this, she's doing a bad job.
No, okay, I get you. She's one of the better ones in this. This one has, I think, on the whole, actually better performances. Because Josh and the first one and his girlfriend are pretty bad.
His girlfriend, holy shit.
Again, remember, they don't say her name most of the movie.
Marlene.
Is it Marlene?
Marlene.
Oh,
No, that's her
okay.
name.
Okay.
She just popped back on screen because she has to be involved.
Yeah,
for
I
some
think,
reason.
like, for instance, she's a much worse actress than Melissa Joan Hart.
Grand Canyon
Josh.
University Arena. So this takes place in Arizona in the movie. Not in Arkansas. Arkansas is not next to the Grand Canyon.
Okay, well then I don't know.
Okay. All right. This is the concert. You guys can tune the fuck out if you want. Put on some REM, Zeppelin, anything that's not total garbage.
The funny thing to me is there was absolutely... In the first film, there was sort of a tangential reason the Newsboys were in. Obviously, it was just a cross-promotion thing, but it did play into the plot. That was the big culmination
Sure.
at the end was the concert.
They're just around.
This one, they're just like, oh, they were in the first one, and the song was really good, so let's have them write another song, and... You know what I mean?
They should not have the Newsboys in the third one.
They will, though. There's no way they're not. They have
If
to.
they are, I want it to start.
Can the Newsboys be on the jury? Not one newsboy. All the Newsboys.
But they only count as one juror.
They get their own separate big chair where they all sit in the jury box.
Wait, they still have a cord phone? Pat Boone refuses to work with cell phones in film.
They were actually, I was just going to say, they handed him a cell phone for the scene. He's like, what's this?
What's this
It's
do?
a phone. And they,
It's a Palm Pilot? I remember those.
no, it's a phone, sir.
Is
It's
it
a
an
phone.
iPad?
No, you gotta use it and talk to someone in the scene.
Is this an MP3 player?
Mr. Boone, we explained this to you yesterday when we were shooting the other scenes. This is a phone.
How many songs does it hold?
Okay, can someone get the corded phone? I don't think this is gonna happen.
Do you have rotary? I don't like buttons. I'm button blind. I can't see them.
Ugh.
That's why he wears the jammies.
Yeah.
Because they're just tied up. No button to worry about.
Ooh, that guy definitely has played a genie at least once. Am I right?
He's a genie right now.
I'm just saying, if he hasn't played a genie, that guy has missed out on a
Not
character
guilty.
actor path.
Why are they shocked? Why is...
There was never, you know what this movie's missing too? A courtroom drama. I think through a courtroom drama, if you want to express how much toll it's taking on people, and often in courtroom dramas,
Show the jury debating it?
show the jury debating it, and there was no passage of time expressed.
Yeah.
Courtroom drama is a lot of the drama because courtroom stuff tends to be dry. The drain, if anyone's ever been in any sort of court case, it just takes forever and things go slow. And
Ray Wise accepts the young man to the old guard.
Yeah. So that's what this movie was missing. This movie felt like it maybe took place over the course of a week, where of course that can't be true, but it doesn't. They don't.
Oh, she's got a Christ tat. God, that's the worst reveal in this whole fucking movie.
It's bad. It's bad. Does he ever become a Christian in this? I don't remember. If not,
he's a Christian. Yeah.
I thought
he read Man, Myth, Messiah, and that's that was he was reading it in the hall before he came in.
I remember.
That's why he was late, by the way.
Oh,
it wasn't the suit montage; it was the book.
I forget things immediately.
Yeah, same. He's had the same haircut since the mid 2000s. It's time to upgrade.
Again, I think it's the same with clothes. He can just kind of do whatever he wants.
Yeah, you're right. I'm in no place
to
judge Jesse
did
Metcalf.
you hear that giggle?
Yeah, I don't like
that. That was a bad fake giggle. This is the 5th take. No, that was a 20th take giggle.
To be fair, if you were that close to Melissa Joan Hart's scowl, would you be able to giggle? The soul patch isn't doing it for me.
I feel like Melissa Joan Hart definitely has rosacea too, because that's something I have.
Is that what it is?
I have that, and that's you have blood vessels, a lot of them in your face, so
sure,
and they're
but
close
you
to the
don't look like
surface.
you're wearing makeup.
Well, that's the problem. It's like they're trying. It makes it worse if you try and cover it with makeup and you do it poorly.
I see.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Gotcha.
And it can get worse as you age, so it's possible on like Sabrina, she had it, but it was less noticeable. It's very noticeable in this movie. And again, I'm not
skin conditions.
I'm not shitting on her for that. I also have rosacea. I totally get it.
No, I'm shitting on you both for that. You fucking weirdos.
I just don't think the makeup person knew how to deal with it correctly.
It's weird. That's
in this scene they had the money for the extras. But it's
a lot of extras.
It's like in the earlier scenes when they were doing the close-up.
No, what this was is it was a promotion for the Newsboys concert. Because they're guaranteed they're the same people.
Maybe.
Hey, come out early, do the thing for God's Not Dead 2, come to the Newsboys concert, it's a whole thing.
Either way, it tells me that earlier they didn't get the shots they needed for earlier in the movie, because earlier it's tight close-ups and clearly like a dozen people.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know.
Gotta have your victory shot, though.
Or the point was they were trying to say, look how few support the atheists have compared to the Christians. But at that point, why didn't you show a wide shot of the atheists with only like 12 people there? It seemed like you were shooting it to hide how few people were there.
Yeah, but if it doesn't seem like you're outnumbered, then you can't be persecuted.
So the point was to seem kind of outnumbered at the time, but in retrospect, you're supposed to think, oh, there weren't that many people there, even though it was obvious in the moment there weren't that many people there.
Why is he allowed in the hospital with David A.R. White? Are they married?
They would have to be. No, there's visiting hours where friends and stuff can come, but...
Sure, I guess. I don't know. He just was around a lot.
Yeah. Outside of visiting hours, you need to be married.
RN didn't get any... Oh, she got some FaceTime. There it is. Never mind. Where were those people that were just walking behind them 1 second ago? They just disappeared.
Yeah, continuity.
I don't like that.
Try it out next time.
I really hate that they do the lyrics on the screen in the thing.
You know what it is? It's an artifact of megachurch culture.
Oh, I know why. I'm just saying I hate it.
It's. I mean, I guess I say artifact. It's still a thing, and it's only a thing in the past 10 years.
It's probably intentional to bring the feel in,
because people like to sing along with the songs and with the Christian rock stuff.
It'll set a precedent now.
Well, the way common law system works, though, it only sets precedent in the up until.
You mean at the level?
At the level.
Oh, I see.
So if it's made,
so he just said that weird.
Yeah, if it's made at the local level, it's only local precedent. If it's set at the state level, it's state precedent. That's why the Supreme Court's so important, because it sets precedent for everyone in the country.
All the bad guys are in dark colors, and all the good guys are in light ones.
I'm assuming they probably just sent in like a Facebook message. Everyone in Arizona, if you like God's Not Dead, come be in God's Not Dead too. And this is all the people that showed up.
We got crane shots. It's gonna be real cool.
Oh, dude, if they ever filmed like this near us,
We are going.
Oh, dude, I'll be in the crowd and shout "God's not dead," so I get to be in God's Not Dead 3.
There is no way we don't make it into the cut too, because we're gonna be real enthusiastic.
He's surely alive.
It's a good song. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's a good
gig.
It is. Holy shit! There's a reason it gets stuck in your head. Ugh. Whenever I see kids at these things, I'm always like, ugh. Like, I get it, but ugh.
I'm so glad I wasn't
emotionally manipulate our children. Yay!
I'm so glad I wasn't brought up with this shit, man.
I was.
Yeah. Did you listen to music?
That's the only station my mom still listens to is the Christian rock
No,
stations.
but were you really like giving CDs a lot for gifts and shit? Or?
No, I was never a big music kid. In high school, I had like an iPod and a CD
Join
player,
the movement. How long are these credits? Let's see.
5 minutes.
That's a long ass time.
Yeah, well, we got to get to the after credit scene or mid credits.
That's true.
Again, this movie felt like nothing. The first movie is so bad it's great. I loved that movie because it felt like stuff happened.
I like
it was
it
just
more every time I watch this. That's for sure.
I know, because it kept being ridiculous shit. This one, it felt like nothing was accomplished. No one had any stakes. It didn't matter. Who cares?
Yep.
Anyway, I hope they rectify that in God's Not Dead 3, because I like the series. Believe it or not, there's still some stuff in this movie I think is fun. Here are the court cases, by the way.
Yeah.
You can look all these up on your own. We talk about it more in depth again in our review of it, but a lot of them are bullshit and misleading, as you might imagine.
A lot of them probably just happened.
Yeah.
And didn't like do anything that they say.
Yes. In the United States, as precedent, you have religious liberty still. That's all I'm going to say. You just do. It's very equitable for everyone involved. If anything, I mean, I'm coming from an obvious bias, but at least you can recognize my bias when I say I think they have a little bit too much free reign as far as stuff on, like, public property and, you know.
Fuck yeah. I think this is our credit scene here.
Yeah, it will be in a second. Ugh. Oh, for Russell in living memory.
Who's
Sorry,
Russell?
Who was I don't know, some, no idea. Thank you for leading the way. Maybe he might have been, I don't know, he was someone high up in the crew, though. I'm assuming he did something important. Oh, now we do have to sit through all these credits. Fuck.
Maria Canales. In alphabetical order. Okay. Ray Wise, dead last.
Wow, the main cast is not that big.
Nope. Lee Strobel, that was his name.
Mm-hmm.
Fred Thompson.
Oh yeah, Fred Thompson. I believe.
No.
Hold on. Was he in this? I feel like one of the trivia things was he was in it. Hold on.
Who's Fred Thompson?
Thompson.
This came out in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
How's God's Not Dead 3 not out yet already?
Are they filming it yet?
I feel like it was.
I know they're playing it. Well, the thing was, this one still made money, but it had a smaller profit margin than God's Not Dead 1.
Oh, yeah.
Because God's Not Dead 1 was a crazy financial success and surprise. It made, like, ridiculous returns compared to its budget. This one did slightly less well, so they might have scaled back and not sped into production as quick.
Gotcha. In loving memory of Brock Idensen. What the fuck is that? I don't know how to say that name. Brock died, though. A lot of dead people on this. This is like the Poltergeist credits. A lot of key grips, some dolly grips. Are we gonna get DMCA'd for this song? I sure hope not. I'm gonna keep talking just in case. You never know.
Hold on, I'll turn it down.
You never know.
I'll turn it down.
You never know.
There you go.
I mean, even so, that's yeah, okay.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Fred Thompson was the pastor in that scene where he was talking about the court cases.
Oh, he's a dead guy now.
I forgot because we were talking about the court cases over top of that.
Former U.S. Senator Fred Dalton Thomas passed away. Oh, he was a senator. That's too bad. I'm glad he got to be in his dream of being second fiddle to David A.R. White in a scene.
That's, in fairness, that's on my bucket list too, but you know.
Well, definitely now, but now it's a joke.
Yeah. Dude, I could die
Salvation
happy,
Army
really.
is credited down here, so. There's some money involved. There's no way.
I don't know, but I can't figure out who gave money to who.
Oh, I see. This came out last year, but it was filmed in 2015, so he must have been real early.
Yeah, okay, here it is. Yeah, see, the front of this church looks different, unless the stuff in the first movie was the back of the church. I don't know. Set up for... And Samuel L. Jackson shows up and wants the biracial pastoral bromance to join the Avengers. Again, though, this wouldn't happen in reality.
Yeah.
And
they wouldn't arrest him on site. Like you'd be like, hey, come down to the courthouse. Let's handle this before we fucking arrest you.
I don't know, man. I'm just so worried because the second one's a courtroom drama and it sucks. Are they just playing?
I'm not worried about it sucking. I just hope it's not
boring.
Boring, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's...
They're all show a biracial pastoral bromance.
Oh my god! This can be the B unit of the biracial pastoral bromance!
You got your captain out. The two B-teamers are gonna stick it through.
Wow.
Man.
So yeah, that's God's Not Dead 2.
Yeah.
It's really not as entertaining as the first one.
Nah, but you know what it does do? It makes me real happy that we're getting God's Not Dead 3, and maybe we can, tiebreaker this shit. But, anyways, that's it. That's it for the commentary. If you like this, give it a something. You can give it a thumb.
Share it, like it, whatever.
Yeah, cool.
Subscribe.
Feel free to download this however you want to, if you want to watch it later with like your friends and shit.
Or I know some people have also, because other people have done these commentaries as well. Red Letter Media, Your Movies Suck, have done them. If you want to rip this in any way, shape, or form, and then you have a video editor and you download the movie and just even splice it on top yourself.
And also, if you are a member of the Discord, link in the description, and you have links that you want to show people how to watch this movie. Usually, I know PureFlix has it. I don't know if any other streaming services have it, or however whatever you guys have that I don't know about.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and share that, because some people might not know how to get to watch the movie while they're watching the commentary. So
yes. So thanks everyone. Also,
I do suggest a PureFlix subscription, by the way.
I actually do, because
a lot, and they didn't pay us to say that.
I know, it's really, they got some really funny bad stuff.
Oh yeah,
For instance,
funny.
They have their own original series like Netflix.
Oh, guess who does their own original series, guys?
David A.R. White.
Guess who's gonna do those? We are.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, kids.
Imagine the guy who makes God's Not Dead but without a budget. Trying to do a Modern Family ripoff with Christian overtones.
Second Glance?
Actually, no, it's more competent than Second Glance. I'll give David R. White plenty of shit. He ain't the Cristiano brothers. I'll give him that.
Ooh, Cristiano burn! Can't leave without one.
Yeah. So, anyway, thanks everyone. Till next time, I'm Hugo.
I'm Jake.
Bible Reloaded.